Feeding America is taking care of each other.
I say this all the time, if you can't eat, you can't do anything.
Feeding America is crucial.
People don't know how many people literally here in America go to bed hungry every night.
They need the help, and we should be there to help them.
Thank goodness for organizations like Feeding America.
Welcome to Country Music Feeding America. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Nan Kelly. And tonight, our country music community, the Grand Ole Opry, and Circle TV are here to assist in raising awareness and donations for a wonderful organization, Feeding America. They are the nation's largest hunger relief organization with a network of 200 food banks and 60,000 food pantries and meal programs. You know, hunger is a complex issue. When people face hunger, they often struggle to meet other basic needs as well, like housing, employment, and health care. Whether it's a job loss, an accident, or a health crisis, so many people can find themselves needing a little help to put food on the table. For more than 40 years, Feeding America has responded to the needs of individuals facing food insecurity. On tonight's show, we'll hear from country music artists expressing how important your donations are, and more importantly, we'll share heartfelt stories from several families about how Feeding America's food networks have come to their aid. And our first story is heartbreakingly from a child's perspective, dealing with food insecurity. Please meet a brave young man named Eker.
I'm a kid. I do not feel like a kid. I feel more like an adult because I have a lot of responsibilities. I'm usually not able to relax and do what other kids usually do. Since my mom is not around, my grandma is basically now our mother. She's been doing everything for us to have a roof above our head. I wake up with my grandma really early, 5 in the morning, because we go to the community center for the food bank. Whatever they give us, that's basically our meal for the day. When you skip a meal, your stomach will start hurting. You'll start grumbling. I'm a fan of cooking. My dream job when I grow up is to be a chef. So one day I could give free food to the homeless.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Darius Rucker.
Hey there, I'm Chris Jansen.
Please join me in help Feeding America.
Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
You know, stories like Eker's are just so hard to hear. A child whose stomach hurts and grumbles from lack of food. Sadly, this is more common than people think in the U.S. Feeding America estimates nearly 50 million people, including 17 million children, could face food insecurity due to the ongoing economic fallout from COVID-19. Our country music community here in Nashville have loving and giving hearts. Here's what some of them had to say.
If people are hungry, they're not able to do anything else with their life.
I think that the people impacted by food insecurity right now are probably a lot of people who've maybe lost their jobs due to the pandemic.
You lose a job, you have some sort of a medical emergency. Next thing you know, you're in the hole a bit and needing help.
That's why we're put on this earth, to help our fellow man love each other and hopefully lift somebody's spirits.
Please join me in helping Feeding America. Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
Just a few weeks ago in Texas, over 4 million people were without power. They lost everything in their fridge and freezer. The water supply was damaged, and many folks had to boil their water for safety. It was heartbreaking to watch the news. Feeding America provides food for families in need, not only in everyday life, but also during natural disasters like the one in the Lone Star State.
Every county in the state of Texas is under a winter storm warning.
3 million Texans still without power.
A lot of food places are closed. People don't want to drive. Nobody's delivering.
This is now the longest stretch of below freezing temperatures in central Texas history.
It's just dangerous out there.
I've never been in a blizzard like this.
Nearly 7 million Texans are under boil orders. That's if you have power to boil the water.
It's just been a nightmare. We've seen snow and ice before, but never to this extent and never this long.
It all can get so out of control. Sometimes you can lose your faith, you can lose your mind, lose your grip, get stripped of your pride, till you don't know how you're gonna stay alive. Hey, hey, I got you. I will give you what you need, and I'll be right there. I got you back. I got you.
Let's go, baby! Welcome to Circle's Country Countdown, where we make the lists, our panelists fill in the blanks, and you fire social media messages at us to let us know what you think.
So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Then you're gonna love this. Power couples check. Hairdos, yes please.
He's got better hair than I do.
Outlaws, 10-4.
He's dangerous.
Get ready for the rowdiest show in primetime.
Country, lifestyle, music, right here in The Circle. A network that offers you a variety of programming from classic country shows to westerns, country lifestyle, and legendary music performances. Country plays here, keeping The Circle unbroken with Opry Live on Saturday nights. Join us in The Circle.
Welcome to the Conservation Aid Show right here at the Grand Ole Opry House. I'm Lauren Elena.
Hey, I'm Riley Green.
Hey, I'm Tenille Townes.
Join Circle All Access's Facebook group.
You'll be glad you did.
The pre-show rituals we have, me and my band, we kind of like this jam session where we're kind of on the bus, you know, getting dressed, hanging out, having a couple drinks, and just got music blasting, like all types of music, just hanging out, just kind of just being around each other, having a good time. Then we do a little pre-show thing where we take a shot, say a prayer, you know, or we should say a prayer first, kind of like grace, you know, gotta bless the whiskey.
My favorite thing to do is just to get in a little huddle and say a prayer before we go out on stage. And sometimes we have like push-up competitions and dance-offs to like pre-show music, but it's always that sort of prayer to sort of set us off on a good foot.
Man, I just miss drinking with the boys on the bus, and I always loved that music playing in the background and on the TVs, and we're all toasting up, and the prayers backstage, and
I think the brotherhood is the most thing we miss, and we can't wait to get back to. I mean, they're our family too. At the same time, I mean, those guys are literally our brothers, and when we say that's a true story. We know everything about them. They're our family.
It's our extended fam.
Welcome back to Country Music Feeding America. I'm Nan Kelly. Well, since the start of this pandemic, food banks have seen more people turning to them for help, with an average increase of 55% more demand. More families are showing up to food banks than ever before, many for the first time. You know, this recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic and accompanying economic downturn will take time. Families will continue to need food support as they get back on their feet. And Feeding America will be there for them. You know, there's nothing wrong in asking for help, especially when you're hungry. Terry has experienced several setbacks in her life, and here's her story.
You're going to always find yourself in one of three places: in a storm, coming out of a storm, or you're headed to one. Those three things are guaranteed to happen in life. When I came to Florida, I never thought that I would be totally broke. When you look in the refrigerator and there's nothing there, for me it was very shameful because I should have never gotten here. I managed to pay the rent, but I didn't have money for groceries. Someone told me about the food pantry at the Woodland Church, and that's how I got there. What kept me going was my faith and trust in God. And what also kept me going was the ability to sing. There's just a serenity in song. After my experience of going to the food pantry, I felt that I needed to do something more to give back by volunteering.
Hey folks, it's John Rich.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeannie Seeley.
I want you to join me in helping Feeding America.
Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
These stories we're hearing tonight are brutally honest and heartbreaking. You know, just $1 can help provide at least 10 meals to kids, families, and individuals facing hunger. And 98% of all donations raised for Feeding America go directly into programs serving our neighbors here in the U.S. No matter your background, Feeding America is here to help. Here to share his story is Army veteran Michael.
While I was in the Army, I was told that everything was going to be fine. And from 2006 on, I haven't been the same person as I was before I deployed. After coming home, everything that was normal before seems like it's changed. I'm not the same person. I have nightmares. Every night I'm just haunted by the past. It just makes life so much harder, so much more difficult. I live in West Monroe, Louisiana with my family. Being a dad, I'm able to see everything through my children's eyes. It's kind of opened a door to be able to put my symptoms and everything that I've got going on, kind of tuck it away to be able to get down on their level. And them having a different perspective kind of helps you understand that things are okay compared to the way you view them. My wife and I have given up a lot for our children. The clothes on our back, I've handed over my food on several occasions. And we've always tried to make sure that our kids had it better than what we did growing up. Without the trips to the food bank, it would have been a lot more difficult than what it was. My dad chose alcohol over me, and I refused to do that with my children. The dream that I've always wanted was to be able to open up my own mechanic shop and not have to worry about where things are coming from next, and to be able to live that normal, happy life in comparison to how we are now. If I get mad at the world, I can go under the hood of a car, diagnose and repair, and be comfortable. It's kind of like a break from reality. My kids come first, my wife comes second, and I come third. And honestly, I think that's how every family should be.
Well, you know, private nonprofits have always been extremely important, especially when it comes to hunger in this country. And when you think about the fact that the United States of America, the most affluent country in the world, that we have the possibility of as many as 50 million people that go hungry. 17 million of those are children that go hungry every night. That's just unacceptable. And thank goodness for organizations like Feeding America that are willing to get in there and roll up their sleeves and do all that needs to be done. So that's why I'm very, very proud to be associated with Circle Network's partnership with Feeding America and raising the money that needs to be raised to help these folks that are in need.
It all can get so out of control. Sometimes you can lose your faith, you can lose your mind, lose your grip, get stripped of your pride till you don't know how you're gonna stay alive. Hey, hey, I got you. I will give you what you need, and I'll be right there. I got your back. I got you.
Wish Opry was every night? We do too. So Circle is giving you an Opry show every weekday at 4 p.m. Central. Step into the Circle with us and your favorite artists. watch Opry every day right here on The Circle.
Hey, I'm Blake Shelton. Join me for Spring Blake, my Circle Network takeover.
Kick off spring break with Blake Shelton and Natalie Stovall. The party starts by hitting the hot spots on the Southern weekend, followed by a marathon of shows with Blake and his friends, playing music and having a great time.
Celebrate Spring Blake all month long at ored.com or follow ORED on socials. Join me in The Circle. Country plays here.
This is nothing new. What we're doing here is just reviving an old style of agriculture.
Pretty crappy gift, huh?
Not really. My father gave us a bucket of bait.
Now you talk about funny is funny, but this is funny.
I'm out to prove there are still real cowboys left in this country.
Next week on Songs from the Cellar, Tracy Lawrence.
Stars and stripes, red, white, and blue.
But I was really looking for a new vibe to do something to do the vocals in, so we went to Miami. So all the vocals for Time Marches On were all done at Criteria.
Really?
In Miami. And that's where they cut Layla, where a lot of that Eagles stuff was done.
Time marches on. Time marches on.
Songs from the Cellar. It's gonna be great.
This little circle of wood right here this is where everyone from Hank Williams to Johnny Cash, they stood here.
On Saturday nights, it's more than just music. It's community. It's on the Circle Network with Opry Live.
Well, the first time I stepped on the circle, trying not to break down in tears.
The spirit of the Opry takes you to another world.
How about it?
Oh, yeah.
Every week, be a part of history.
Conway, up in heaven, if you're watching, help me.
Opry Live, where legends circle back and up-and-comers step in.
Would you welcome Luke Combs, the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry.
The Circle is powerful, brings us together, and moves us.
That is what we call an Opry moment.
Every Saturday night, country's most famous stage is live and in your home.
Country plays here.
Welcome back to Country Music Feeding America. I'm your host, Nan Kelly. Feeding America is the nation's largest hunger relief organization with a network of 200 food banks and 60,000 food pantries and meal programs. All right, imagine yourself, or worse, your child, going without a meal. Food banks and pantries all across the country were there for Jessie and her family. Here's their story.
I'm half Navajo and I'm half Apache. Growing up that way, you never waste anything. Everything has life, everything has meaning, and once you respect everything, things will fall in place. I grew up with no parents, so I practically raised myself. I always wanted kids, but I just didn't have the time. I was working, going to school. Deron and Mike are foster kids. From what I went through and what I've been through, in return, I'm raising them. The best thing about being their mother is just to see them happy. Deron is pretty much himself. He's a real bright kid. Miley likes to follow. If Deron does something, she'll go over there and try to do whatever Deron's doing. I think that's one of her way of learning things. Time is probably the hardest thing because I'm busy working. I don't spend enough time with them. Life is expensive, and I went to the food bank for 6 months, even though I was working. I wasn't embarrassed because I needed help. Whatever was taught to me, I try to teach my kids. What I've learned was that I'm strong enough to keep going.
Join me in helping Feeding America.
Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
Country music singer-songwriter John Rich opens up about how his family was helped by food banks growing up.
Feeding America is such an important thing in our country. I say this all the time, if you can't eat, you can't do anything. You know, if you don't have baseline food and water, how are you expected to ever do anything in this country? You know, the land of opportunity, the right to pursue happiness, the American dream, none of those things can happen if you can't eat. And so, you know, growing up in Texas, there were a handful of years in there where it got pretty lean. I remember a couple of trips to the food bank, you know, here and there. Didn't last long, but it is a real necessity for a lot of Americans, even if it's for just a short period of time, to get through some of those lean moments. We have those moments happening now. You know, COVID-19 knocking out so many jobs, crashing our economy. More than ever, people need to be able to get their hands on basic sustenance in this country. Feeding America is doing that.
It all can get so out of control. Sometimes you can lose your faith, you can lose your mind, lose your grip, get stripped of your pride till you don't know how you're gonna stay alive. Hey, hey, I got you. I will give you what you need, and I'll be right there. I got you back. I got you.
Let's go, baby! Welcome to Circle's Country Countdown, where we make the lists, our panelists fill in the blanks, and you fire social media messages at us to let us know what you think.
So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Then you're gonna love this. Power couples check. Hairdos, yes please.
He's got better hair than I do.
Outlaws, 10-4.
He's dangerous.
Get ready for the rowdiest show in primetime.
Hey everybody, Bobby Bones here, host of Opry Live. Circle Network is excited to start texting with you. We'll send some fun, personalized messages just for you, and sometimes someone special may be sending them. Maybe some of my friends, maybe even me.
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
I'm Natalie Stovall, and this is the Southern Weekend. I do not understand what I'm doing.
I would really like to try the chicken and waffles.
Oh, you guys are cute. It takes a lot of hard work to get to this point.
Yeah. It takes one person that believes to help you.
Got it!
Yeah!
Hey, I'm Blake Shelton. Join me for Spring Blake, my Circle Network takeover.
Kick off spring break with Blake Shelton and Natalie Stovall. The party starts by hitting the hot spots on the Southern Weekend, followed by a marathon of shows with Blake and his friends, playing music and having a great time.
Celebrate Spring Blake all month long at ored.com or follow ORED on socials. Join me in the Circle. Country plays here.
Next week on Songs from the Cellar, Tracy Lawrence.
Stars and stripes, red, white, and blue. But I was really looking for a new vibe to do something to do the vocals in, so we went to Miami. So all the vocals for Time Marches On were all done at Criteria.
Really?
In Miami. And that's where they cut Layla, where a lot of that Eagles stuff was done. Time marches on. Time marches on.
Songs from the Cellar. It's gonna be great.
Welcome back to Country Music Feeding America. I'm Nan Kelly. You know, the Feeding America network of food banks provides food and services to every county in America, serving all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. When you support Feeding America, you are helping our nationwide network of food banks deliver programs at the front line of hunger. Programs like school-based food pantries, emergency disaster relief, and Kids Cafe. In this next story, Deidre, a single parent, shares her story of struggle and deep appreciation for being able to provide healthy food for her son with special needs.
I moved to Florida with literally pennies in my pocket and a prayer. I needed a new start. I had made many bad decisions in my life, many bad relationships. I needed a place that was going to be bright and new, and I really wanted to see the sun and the ocean. I don't know, I had all these hopes. Dacian looks like a very typical 3-year-old until you ask him, what's your name? How old are you? My son has a lot of behaviors that would show as being autistic. Most kids can tolerate a variety of foods, but unfortunately for Dacian, he can't. No processed food. Everything has to be organic and raw. Feeding Dacian the healthy organic food has become a challenge for us because of the expense. I have spent many days going to sleep with an empty stomach. My son absolutely eats before I do. I wasn't ashamed to go to the food pantries here in Florida. It's expensive to eat healthy, and nutrition is very important to Dacian's health. The healthy organic food that we receive from the food pantries dramatically helped his social skills and his development and his speech. I think that most people would look at me and say, she should get out more. She really doesn't have much of a life. But to me, I have everything right there next to me and my son.
Hi, I'm Ricky Skaggs.
Hey, I'm Tenille Townes.
Join me in helping Feeding America.
Visit feedingamerica.org/circle.
People don't know how many people literally here in America go to bed hungry every night.
There could be a lot of reasons that people find themselves in this position and they need the help, and we should be there to help them.
And one of those essential needs that we all have is to make sure that we have some meals in our bellies.
Just giving people something to eat and something good to eat. You know, it's nourishing not just for their body, but for their mind and their soul, and there's nothing more important than that.
Please join me in helping Feeding America. Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
Feeding America is a network of 200 food banks and 60,000 food pantries across the country. And they work by rescuing food from grocery stores, food producers, and restaurants to provide food to people who need it the most. Here is sweet little Zoe's story, a child full of love and joy.
Being a dad, I'm able to see everything through my children's eyes. My daughter Zoe, she's happy, she's loving, she's caring, she's sweet. I guess she's that growing bundle of joy.
My dad is just the best dad ever. He says, I will keep you safe the whole way, and he does. Life is sometimes hard. My mom and dad have to go without because they want us kids to have food in our stomachs. The food bank is a place where my family gets help getting food. It helps my family because sometimes we don't have as much. If I had one wish for my dad, it would be to help him out. Because I just love him too much.
I think these resources available to bring people food is insanely important because no one deserves to be hungry.
There are people out there every day, and you walk past them, you drive by them, you may sit by them at church that are having a hard time, putting food on their family's table.
I don't think that is something that any American should have to face.
I heard that Feeding America with $1 can provide 10 meals. So I definitely donated.
It would be a hard task to take on to Feed America, but it's a task that we need to stay with because there's no reason in this world why people are going to bed hungry in America.
Please join me in helping Feeding America. Go to feedingamerica.org/circle.
Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's show. On behalf of Feeding America, the Grand Ole Opry, and Circle TV, I'm Nan Kelly. If you want to help Feeding America, please go to feedingamerica.org/circle. Thank you, God bless you, and good night.
days I'm all tongue-tied and my breath's leaving this fast. Can't get past those blue eyes shining, they keep drawing me into you. Got me falling on track, get me like that. Yeah, I'm hanging on to every word you say, every move you make. Hanging on, wondering what's up next. Girl, I can't wait, ain't nothing like spinning you around the room where everyone can see you hanging on to me. It ain't the song, it ain't the playlist, it's every smile coming off of your sweet lips, yeah. Makes me wanna stay here. No, this ain't a one night, one time thing. You always line me up like a flame, and it's clear every time you're near. Yeah, I'm hanging on to every word you say, every move you make. Hanging on, wondering what's up next. Girl, I can't wait, ain't nothing like spinning you around the room where everyone can see you hanging on to me. So let me pull you a little closer. Even when the music's over, I'll be hanging on to every word you say, every move you make. Hanging on, wondering what's up next. Girl, I can't wait, ain't nothing like spinning you around the room where everyone can see you hanging on to me. Yeah, you hanging on to me.
And that's how all Saturday night should start. Chris Young right there, and plenty more good country coming your way tonight too. Elizabeth Cook will be here. If you don't know her, you're gonna love her. Jameson Rodgers is coming up. And the happiest person I know, Tenille Townes, she'll be here a little later. Hey everybody, it is your friend Bobby Bones. Welcome to Opry Live. Hello to all of you watching on the Circle digital channel. And a shout out to all of you watching Circle through one of our new partners, the Roku channel, Samsung TV Plus, Vizio Free Watch, and the Zumo app. You're gonna be so glad you came tonight. I can promise you that. All right, let's get back to the stage. This guy is definitely a country gentleman if there ever was one. He treats country music like a family treasure, meant to be handed down generation to generation. And that's just one reason why he's part of the Opry family. Once again, here is Chris Young.
It is always an honor to be standing up here in this circle. How you guys doing tonight? Well, my name is Chris Young, like he said, and what? Somebody might not know, I gotta tell them. I'm from right down the road in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, born and raised. And when I was getting ready to make my second record, I had found a whole bunch of songs that I fell in love with, and I'd written a bunch of stuff that I liked. And we're getting to that tail end of the album. And I was like, guys, please don't send me any more slow songs. I've already cut too many. I do not want this to be someone's replacement for Ambien. It's putting my record on so that they can go to bed. And somebody walked into the studio. They're like, you got to hear this song. It is fantastic. It just got written, just turned in today. No one has heard this but you in town. And this is going to be huge. And I was like, okay, well, play me the song. What is it? And they're like, well, it's a slow song. And I was like, And so I'm in my brain going, no chance I'm cutting this. No chance. Sat down, they played me this song. I got through the first chorus and I was just like, crap, I gotta cut this song. And very much thanks to you guys, this ended up being another #1 for me, so. I'm down here on my knees, 'cause it's the last place left to fall. Begging for another chance, if there's any chance at all, that you might still be listening, loving and forgiving guys like me. I've spent my whole life getting it all wrong, and I sure could use your help, 'cause from now on I wanna be a good man, do like I shouldn't, man. I wanna be the kind of man the mirror likes to see. I wanna be a strong man and admit that I was wrong, man. God, I'm asking you to come change me to the man I wanna be. If there's any way for her and me to make another start, could you see what you could do to put some love back in her heart? 'Cause it's gonna take a miracle after all I've done to really make her see that I wanna be a stay man, I wanna be a great man, I wanna be the kind of man that she sees in her dreams. God, I wanna be your man, and I wanna be her man. God, I only hope she still believes in the man I wanna be. Well, I know that it's late at night, the talk is cheap, but Lord, don't give up on me. I wanna be a giving man, I wanna really start living, man. God, I'm asking you to come change me. To the man I wanna be.
Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and auto insurance. Go to geico.com today.
Chris Young kicking off another night here at the Grand Ole Opry. Hello to all of my live streamers. It's so good to be with you once again. I'm Natalie Stovall, hanging out with you guys while TV and radio are doing that commercial thing, and we get to hang out, chat all things Grand Ole Opry. And man, y'all, that last song just now with Chris Young, there were people up in the balcony that were holding their cell phones up with the cell phone lighters, and it was the best. I hadn't even seen that in so long, and it just made me so happy. I was like, oh, Oh, there's people in the room. It's so wonderful. And you know what? You guys could be in the room with us. We have 1,100 people in the crowd tonight here at the Grand Ole Opry. They even had a Friday night show last night. It feels so good to be opening up a little bit like that. Everybody's wearing their masks and staying socially distanced and doing all of the things that we need to do to make sure that we get to continue to have these shows. And there are going to be so many incredible shows. It doesn't matter what night you decide to come to the Opry. You know it's going to be a great show. So go to Opry.com and check it out. Coming up, we're going to have Jimmy Allen soon, Sarah Evans, Carly Pierce, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and a little band named Runaway June just booked another Opry performance. I'm so excited to play with my girls again. Last time we were here, there was nobody in the crowd, so it's going to be really amazing to be here with some folks in the room hanging out with us. And, oh my goodness, we've got the Circle group text going. I've been telling you guys about this. This is so much fun. So you guys can enter into our Circle group text to be the first in the know about all things Opry Live, things going on Circle. You never know who's going to be texting you back, like myself or Bobby Bones. And as a matter of fact, next weekend on Saturday is going to be the beginning of Spring Blake. Mr. Blake Shelton and I are taking over Circle Network. There's going to be a lot of programming dedicated to Blake Shelton, but it's going to start with a marathon of my show, The Southern Weekend. We'll go visit Old Red, Blake's bar. And you guys have to just text 615-395-6903. That was up on your screen a second ago. But if you text that, next Saturday morning at about 11 a.m., when I start getting ready for the Grand Ole Opry, I'll be in the makeup chair and I'll be texting you back. And I can't wait to see what comes in. Let me know what's on your mind. Tell me what you think about the Opry. And right now, speaking of, got to get back to the show. I'm throwing it to Bobby Bones backstage, y'all.
Welcome back to Opry Live. I am Bobby Bones. If you don't know about this next artist, you better brace yourself. Well, in fact, brace yourself either way. She's probably among the most unique artists that you'll hear. Each one of her songs is built from scratch with raw emotion. Her music, equal parts sass and sincerity, but always with a clear, honest message. And that, my friends, now that is real country music. This is Elizabeth Cook.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's so good to be here. I took off my sweatpants for this, man, so this is a really, really big deal. And I want to do a song for y'all off my latest record, Aftermath. This is a song I wrote for my daddy, who's passed on now, but it's called Daddy, I Got Love for You. Sitting up in bed with stage 4 cancer, chew the back and all the answers, he said. Girl, if you don't learn to breathe, you ain't never gonna make it as far as me. Daddy, I try to do like you tell me. I hold my own, love the lonely and feed the fire, fuel the flame. I love to play another day. I know ain't no way to go. I know ain't no way to go. I got love for you. I got love for you. I got love for you. Don't you want my love? Everybody else says again. Everybody's got pain to live. Let's say all about feelings. You got time that ain't worth killing. Making my living as a lone freelancer, just to hear my baby sing Tiny Dancer in the kitchen. Before breakfast at noon, then we smoke our way through Harvest Moon. Daddy, I try to do like you tell me, and not let people overwhelm me. I feed the fire, fuel the flame. I love to play another day. I know it ain't no way to go. I know it ain't no way to go. romantic, she's still drying flowers in her attic on a staircase that's dusted with pain, feeling better every day. I know there ain't no way to go. I know there ain't no way to go. But I got love for you. I got love for you. I got love for you. Don't you want my love? Everybody got a chance again. Everybody stop thinking left. Let's say all about feelings. You got time that ain't worth killing. Thank you so much. My daddy used to love hanging out here at the Grand Ole Opry backstage, and I'd have a dressing room, and he'd pop in there for a minute and be like, "Hey, Suge, you doing all right? You need anything? I got to go because there's some people here that hadn't seen me yet." Like, all right, Daddy. I'll do another one for you. This is also off my record, Aftermath. And oh, by the way, if you get a chance to catch the fishing show, Upstream with Elizabeth Cook, I have a fishing show. Now, I can't really fish that good, but I get away with murder. All right, this is another song off Aftermath, and there's an old Nashville saying that you're supposed to write three chords in the truth, and I can't ever do anything by any rules, so this is 2 chords and a lie. 2 chords and a lie. Is that so wrong? You wanna tell the same old joke, just run it in a song. 'Cause time is shy. That's why it hurts so bad when the lover moves on. Well, oh, to the girls who don't marry well, they walk their man through a private hell, and some break hearts, and they finally leave, but someday again, and they're never free. 2 chords and a lie. Is that so wrong? You wanna tell the same old joke, just put it in a song. 'Cause time is shy, and life is long. That's why it hurts so bad when the lover moves on. She knows the words to Strawberry Wine. It's a friendly reminder of how love is blind, and you might find her buried alive with a hand reaching up that's why it hurts so bad when a lover moves on.
Thank you. What a pleasure and honor to be here at the Grand Ole Opry. Thank y'all.
Tonight's Opry performance is in association with Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Elizabeth Cook. That song may have been called Two Chords in a Lie, but she is a truth teller. Oh, thank you. She just said happy birthday. And they told me that earlier they had a banner on the monitor that said happy birthday, and then I saw a bunch of comments rolling in, so thank you guys. I can't imagine a better birthday party than getting to spend it at the Grand Ole Opry. It's just the best night ever. So thank you guys for all of the well wishes. Now, before I go any further, I want to make sure I give our shout out to Geico, because y'all know how much we love our Geico here at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, when it comes to saving money on car insurance, Geico hits all the right notes, y'all. You could save hundreds on your car insurance and enjoy benefits like top-notch 24/7 service, fast, fair claim handling, coverage of your RV, your motorcycle, your boat, and more, and homeowners and renters insurance through Geico Insurance Agency. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO or visit your local Geico office for a free rate quote today. Ooh, it's time for the Circle Release of the Week. I love that we're doing this segment now. So a lot of times we let you know about an artist or some music that's coming out that you may not be aware of. Sometimes it's people that you know, but it's just new releases. Now, the release this week is from my girl, Katelyn Smith. Okay. Katelyn Smith. If you don't know Katelyn Smith, you're going to thank me for introducing you to her music. She is amazing, and just this last week, she released a song called I Can't that she has on her album Supernova, but when she re-released Supernova with a couple of additional bonus tracks, she reimagined this song with Old Dominion on it, another amazing band. So the collaboration between the two of them is quite astounding. You definitely want to download, stream, however you listen to music, find I Can't by Katelyn Smith. She is the best of the best. She's got one of those voices. She's also one of those songwriters in town. So many artists have cut her music, so you definitely want to check out Miss Katelyn Smith. I am a very big fan, if you can't tell, of Katelyn and her music. Man, what a night it is tonight at the Opry, and I'm just so happy that Miss Elizabeth Cook, my sister on the Circle Network with that show Upstream that she mentioned, make sure you check her out too. But right now, we got more Grand Ole Opry, so I'm throwing it backstage to Bobby Bones.
Welcome back to Opry Live. I am Bobby Bones. It has been cold lately, right? And if you're like me, there's a voice in your head saying, hey, these boots aren't warm enough, or I need to find some better looking flannel. Stop nagging yourself right now and go see the dedicated outfitters at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. They got all kinds of outdoor gear that will get you all fixed up. Warm snow boots, good looking flannel. Man, right now is the perfect time to go check it out because their great outdoor sale is going on. So put an end to your inner voice. Check out the Bass Pro Shop stores or online at basspro.com or cabela's.com. Okay, this next guy's career has been on a slow burn since he got here 10 years ago. And he's everything right about country music today. His songs are made from the dust and the air that we all breathe, and they always go down like high-class bourbon. Here is the pride of Batesville, Mississippi, Jameson Rodgers.
It's a perfect icebreaker. I mean, honestly, I didn't know what I was going to say out here anyway, so... How we doing tonight, Grand Ole Opry? Well, happy Saturday. My name is Jameson Rodgers. I'm a man. Kind of. I think. I'm gonna sing a manly song about cold beer, y'all. Clock it in, knock it out, clock it out, about to kick off the weekend. There's a stretch of black top, I ain't never seen a cop, so I'm pushing it a little past 10. Pulled a little money from the bank, put it in a tank, shined up to windshield glass. Don't know where the night might lead, ain't nowhere to be, but I gotta get there fast. There's a cold beer calling my name, feel a good time coming, got a new song humming, and the sunset's doing its thing. Feeling lucky as a 7, yeah, sometimes 7 is a pocket full of payday rain. And my baby putting sugar on me, yeah, it's sure been a pretty damn good day. There's a cold beer calling my name. Anybody drinking cold beer? No, I really not. There's a hillbilly rock show, I'll be in the front row, holding up a red big flame. Oh, wrap around porch with a citronella torch. Yeah, you know I'm down either way. There's a chance that tonight might be the night that we ain't ever gonna forget. Yeah, everybody's turning it up. I got a little buzz, I ain't even had one more yet. There's a cold beer calling my name. Feel a good time coming, got a new song going, and the sunset's doing its thing. Feeling lucky as a 7, yeah, sometimes 7 is a pocket full of payday green. My baby put a sugar on me, yeah, it's sure been a pretty damn good day. There's a cold beer calling my name, a little something. I ain't gotta worry about nothing, 'cause there's a cold beer calling my name. Yes, it is. There's a cold beer calling my name. Feel a good time coming, got a new song running, and the sunset's doing its thing. Feeling lucky as a 7, yeah, sometimes 7 is a pocket full of payday green. And my baby put sugar on. Cold beer calling my name. Yes, it is. Thank you. I'm still getting over the girl comment. I always thought, I always knew it would happen at some point. I knew I would get introduced the wrong way. I just thought it'd be like Jameson Rodgers or something. I never thought it would be she, but it happens. It happens. I was looking at the calendar today, and because this is the first time I've stood on a stage with a band 1 year tomorrow. And man, I can't tell you how cool it is to sing songs for real people and not my iPhone, you know what I mean? Or my computer. It's thank you all for coming out. Happy Saturday, and man. So that last song was it's my current single at country radio, but I thought we would, the Opry always seems like a cool place to try a new song. So if it's cool with y'all, I'd like to try a new song. And does anyone in the audience have a dog at home that they love? Yeah? This song is about loving a dog, y'all. This is one of those beers that goes down easy. This is one of those days that you don't look forward to. Life's got lows, life's got highs. Sometimes you gotta say goodbye, and sometimes you gotta say it too soon. Good trucks, they'll run forever if you keep oiling them and you treat them right. A good woman holds you together, and she'll stick with you for the rest of your life. Good buddies will always come running, got your back no matter what. But good dogs don't live long enough. It hurts like hell to lose them. You never think about them not being around. You know you'll never forget them. How could you when you grew up with them? If you've had one like that, you know what I'm talking about. Good trucks, they'll run forever if you keep oiling them and you treat them right. A good woman holds you together, and she'll stick with you for the rest of your life. Good buddies will always come running, got your back no matter what. But good dogs don't live long enough. No, they don't. Chevy's in the driveway, baby's on your shoulder, buddies all on their way over. Putting 13 years of good memories out under that old oak tree. Good trucks, they'll run forever if you keep oiling them and you treat them right. A good woman holds you together, and she'll stick with you for the rest of your life. Good buddies will always come running, got your back no matter what. But good dogs don't live long enough. Your good dogs don't live long
Jameson Rodgers, y'all. Woohoo! That was so funny. Well, y'all, that first song that he sang, Cold Beer Calling My Name, that was a co-write with Mr. Luke Combs. And it's actually, Luke sings on that track with him, too. Bye, Jameson. I hope you're doing well. That was such a funny intro. If something like that's going to happen, though, it's great for it to happen on the Grand Ole Opry. He will never forget that moment for a number of reasons. Now, here at the Opry, we have to say a big old thank you to Mr. Johnny Morris, the founder of Bass Pro Shops, for helping us bring this incredible music to you guys every single Saturday night. Now, the circle has remained unbroken through one of the craziest years of all of our lives collectively, and we wouldn't have been able to do that without our friends and partners like Bass Pro Shops and Mr. Johnny Morris. Now, this is something else that we've been talking about a lot lately. This fishing tournament that they have going on, y'all know that I love the name of it, the grandest fishing tournament in history. It makes it sound so important, and it's for folks like me and you. No professionals allowed. It's all amateurs, which is my favorite part. So it sounds like even Elizabeth Cook, even though she has a show about fishing, she said she's not that good, so she could enter. But it's so great because it's up to $4 million worth of cash and prizes, which is a pretty sweet deal right there. That's just like Bass Pro Shops to encourage us to get outdoors more and also incentivize us with cash and prizes. Also, 100% of the entry fees for this fishing competition will go towards fish habitat conservation. Also, so Bass Pro Shops to encourage us to get outside and also put their money where their mouth is and take care of the environment that they are encouraging us to get outdoors and enjoy. So just go to basspro.com/US Open and get into the grandest fishing tournament in history. You guys, next week on Opry Live, We got Riders in the Sky. I love them. Jimmy Allen, Sam Bush, and Sarah Evans. Oh my goodness, that's going to be an amazing Opry Live. So as always, keep tuning in. And thank you guys for so many comments. I'm going to try to get to those in the next break here. But so many of y'all are watching from all around the world, as always. And we love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. I'm throwing it back to Bobby Bones, y'all.
Welcome back to Opry Live. I am Bobby Bones. You know, we have that one friend. You tell them about a frustration or a tough time in your life, and they totally get it. Then they say something that makes you realize it's not so bad. There is hope. This next artist is that person. She processes life through songwriting, distilling life's experiences into what they really are, simple truths. But the best part is, she sings them with empathy and hope, and that's not only the best friend you can have, but it's the music that we can all use. Here is Tenille Townes.
Hello, everybody. It's a long drive every Saturday. Used to walk down by the water to the big rock they named. He says, I love you, Mom, before he shuts the door. Oh, every day just like the day before. But tomorrow he's 16. He's got his own car now. She tells herself he'll be fine. Everyone remembers the first time. 'Cause her heart knows there'll never be nothing like this. But the you don't know that it's the last time till it is. Grandpa and I, every Saturday, we used to walk down by the water to the big rock we named. Can't find it now, it's been too many years. I wish I took him back just one more time when he was still here. Looked fine at Christmas, same sweater, same tie. Ain't it funny how some memories fade and some never die? Everyone remembers the first time. 'Cause her heart knows there'll never be another like this. But the thing about the last time is you don't know that it's the last time till it is. So tonight I'm kissing you like the sun ain't gonna rise. Gonna love you like it's the last time. Everyone remembers the first time. 'Cause her heart knows there'll never be another like this. But the thing about the last time is you don't know that it's the last time till it is. You don't know that it's the last time till it is. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, it is just, what a dream to get to walk in this building. Never mind, be up here getting to sing for you guys. And every time I stand here, I got butterflies, and I'm really thankful for them. But I was thinking about it walking out here. It's been 1 year to the day since I have had the opportunity to play a show for a live audience. And this is something special to me. The Opry's got all kinds of amazing moments, but this one to me will always hold a special place in my heart. It is so good to see you guys. It's so good to see your eyes. I just love you all. I'm sending you all a hug. Hope you're all doing all right, you know? I'm gonna share a song with you. Mr. Randy Hart is going to play the beautiful piano for this song, and this is one about just really taking a moment to take in those kind of beautiful moments where you really feel it in your heart and it matters. And this is one of those, so thank you for sharing this moment with me tonight. I've seen the sun crash into the ocean, paint the sky purple and pink. I've seen a star shoot out of the night and burn up before I could blink. Snowflakes and diamonds, daisies and lightning, we'll never take it all in. Why do we close our eyes when we pray, cry, kiss, dream? Maybe the most beautiful things in this life are felt and never seen. Yeah. I've seen a picture, what this world looks like, looking back down from the moon. Satellite photos like brushstrokes and Van Goghs, all shades of God's green and blue. Melting and swirling, all peaceful and twirling. Heaven's already around us. Why do we close our eyes when we pray, cry, kiss, dream? Maybe the most beautiful things in this life are felt and never seen. Oh, never seen. The only way I know any of this might even be true is the love I feel for you. Oh, the love I feel for you. Why do we close our eyes when we pray, cry, kiss, dream? Maybe the most beautiful things in this life are felt and never seen. Oh, never seen, no.
Tonight's Opry performance is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Let's get back to nature.
Tenille Townes, everybody. Isn't she just the most special soul? Her music, her voice, And when you meet her and talk to her and hang out with her, she is just as genuine as she comes across. She's just the best. And I love seeing her rising and becoming the shooting star that we all know that she's going to be. Little Miss ACM, New Female Artist of the Year. Ugh, so many big things coming for her. Now, just a quick reminder, tonight we are going to have another Geico Green Room coming at you right after the show. So as soon as Opry Live is done, do not fear. There's still a little more for you. So go to GeicoGreenroom.com and you'll get to hang out with Mr. Dierks Bentley, who is always a good time. So be sure and go to GeicoGreenroom.com right after the show tonight and hang out with Dierks Bentley. Now, while you're there at the Geico Green Room, there is something really awesome that you can enter to win. You can click on, let's see, you click, oh, it's so easy. You scroll down, find the banner that says win a Gibson, and then click on enter to win. And you could win a Gibson J45 acoustic vintage sunburst guitar. Every word of that sentence just gets better and better. The J45s are amazing guitars. I love the sunburst one. You definitely want to enter this contest. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm going to try because I've never had a J45 and I've always wanted one. It's one of my dream guitars. So you definitely need to enter this competition. That is so awesome. How cool of Geico to do that for all of us. Man, if you win, you'll be the envy of all of your friends. Let me tell you that. Now, I'm going to get to a few comments here because I have not gotten to speak to you guys, but Tom Hawley from Holly, New York. I love that. Tom Hawley from Holly, New York. Love the Opry. Hey, Roderick Fox up there in Hendersonville, Tennessee, just up the road from us watching. Kaz Johnson from Australia. He said, good day. Good day. That's my Australian accent. I'm sorry. I'm from the South in Tennessee, so that's about the best I can do. Fiona Hamilton says hello from Scotland and fantastic show. Jim Grix says hello from, Mississauga, Ontario. That's about as difficult to say as Tenille's actual last name. Look that up because it is very difficult to pronounce. You guys, thank you for making my birthday so awesome. I love you. I'm sending it to Bobby Bones backstage.
Welcome back to Opry Live. A night like tonight is why I love country music. Non-stop great music from 4 terrific voices: Chris Young, Elizabeth Cook, Jameson Rodgers, Tenille Townes. Thank you guys. Such talent here tonight. Hey, if that wasn't enough for you, head over to the Geico Green Room after the show and check out an interview with Dierks Bentley. You'll find that and a whole lot more, GeicoGreenroom.com. Okay, before we head down the road, here's a little more from Chris Young. Good night, everybody.
I think I'm gonna leave. I just had that one drink, and we've all gotta be up early, boys. We ought to shut her down, just take it to the house before anybody starts getting crazy. So I started walking across the floor. Before I got to the door, oh no, somebody just fallen. Shout that blood's wrong, hang on. I just might have to stay on off with the time y'all having the cold on long gone. I should be halfway home, but on. Yeah, girl, I saw you come in with all of your girlfriends. Just couldn't have been shooting Bacardi. I got my boys with me, but we're just pulling off steam, not looking to pick up anybody. So I was gonna walk on by. You turned around and we locked eyes. Oh, hear that song when it just came on. Come on, DJ, what you trying to do? So wrong if we didn't pass one show on. We made it on. No, I didn't mean to be here So right before I walked out here on stage, meet my guitar for just 1 second out there. Thanks, bro. They're like, hey, we might need you to play an extra song in there just for time. I was like, oh yeah, you guys are excited, but that means I'm the only one that gets to play acoustic. So I figure I'd give you guys something new. I haven't really done this out much yet, so. My buddy Brandon holds a record for single season touchdown throws. And good old Johnny, he's a life of every party. It's like cheers, they know him everywhere he goes. And I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of. But back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in. But when I go back home, I got some famous friends. Yeah, I do. My buddy Jason, he's the sheriff. He'll flash his lights, but let me go. And my boy Randy, he's a preacher. My girl Megan, she's been teacher of the year, I swear, for 5 years in a row. And I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of. But back in Hamilton County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in. But when I go back home, I got some famous friends. Yeah, I do. I got friends in nine places on these small town roads. 'Cause round here it's all about the people that you know. Got some famous friends you probably never heard of. Back in Davidson County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in. But when I go back home, I got some famous friends. Yeah, I do. I got some famous friends all over this country. I know we do. That song is well in the top 30. Thank you guys very much for showing some love to that one. One of the fastest moving things I have, and I got a chance to do it with a buddy of mine, Kane Brown, who is also on that song. It's been so cool getting to shoot the video for that. We actually did that this past week, so everyone that's been asking me on the internet or in person, when you see me through a mask, and I'm like, what? Say again? I promise the video is coming very, very soon. We're working on the edit for that right now. And thank you guys again for being so kind to me. Let me come out here and close things out for you tonight. I love being out on this stage. We're gonna throw back to my first song for you guys. It's called Getting You Home. Tuxedo waiters, white tie, wine tablecloths and red wine. We've been planning this night, looking forward to it for some time. But honey, I know you love getting dressed up, and you know I love showing you off. But watching your baby blue eyes dancing in the candlelight glow, all I can think about is getting you home. Yeah. Walking through the front door, seeing your blank dress in the floor, I hear you right, you tell me, go pay the waiter and let's sleep. Honey, I know my bad look in your eyes and your hand drawing hearts on mine that are not out of the house, ain't gonna last too long. But all you can think about is getting me home. Walking through the front door, seeing your black dress on the floor. Holiday sure ain't nothing like you loving me all night long. And all I can think about is getting you home. Walking through the front door, seeing your black dress on the floor. There sure ain't nothing like you loving me all night long. And all I can think about, all I can think about, all I can think about is getting you home. Thank y'all so much for my very first #1 song. My name's Chris Young. Love you guys.
Parker has been a friend for a while, and when I heard he was getting a chance to be invited to play the Grand Ole Opry for his very first time, I just told him I had to be there, and I immediately called the Opry to see if I could get a slot on the show because it's just such a special deal. I remember mine so well. I don't remember a lot about my career because there's been a lot of fun on the road over the years. It kind of blends together, but I remember I think it was April 13th, 2003 was the day that I got a chance to play the Opry for the first time, and still have the pamphlet, with my name on it. And it's such a special, it's just a special deal. It's what everyone, every country singer, no matter how much the genre changes and different generations coming in, the Opry is still the most, it's the pinnacle. You get a chance, if you play the Opry, it means you're doing something right. Things are going well in your career if you get invited to play the Opry. So to be here for his first time is, I'm just as excited as he is, honestly, to see his performance tonight.
I recognize that backstage anywhere. That is so cool. You're playing 3 shows at Billy Bob's.
We got a chance to actually invite Parker McCollum to perform at the Opry for the first time via FaceTime, Zoom, what we're all doing these days.
We were playing Billy Bob's, world's largest honky-tonk in Fort Worth, Texas, some socially distanced shows right before Christmas.
He was doing 3 sold-out shows there, and I called his mom's phone, and she put on FaceTime and then put him on there.
So I was just getting ready for the show, walked into the green room. My mom was kind of looking at me weird, and I really didn't know that this was gonna happen. And I walk over on the phone and I see Dirks is on there. I'm like, Dirks, what are you doing? Like, I'm thinking my mom has my phone or something.
I would be honored if you come out and play, make your Grand Ole Opry debut. I will be there cheering you on. So.
For real? You being serious?
Yeah, February 6th, man. The Opry asked me to ask you to come play your Opry debut, man.
When I asked Parker if he wanted to come out to the Opry and make his debut, I mean, he was ecstatic.
My relationship with Dirks, well, we hadn't got to spend a whole lot of time together, but Dirks and I, we text quite a bit, but we've been on some Universal stuff together, kind of some label parties where we're all playing and stuff, and absolutely the sweetest, nicest guy. First time we were ever around each other, he came up and introduced himself and put his hand out first, and just an unbelievably sweet guy.
Yeah, there's this band, the Hot Country Nights. Everyone's talking about them. You know, I think I'd probably do Friends in Low Places because I'm like the friend and they're at the low places. So it'd be like me kind of like going down there to kind of like lend my, you know, credibility to their cause. These guys, they love 90s country and they think they're like responsible for the 90s country, and they tried to trademark actually all of 90s country. They really think they started it. So I'd probably throw them a bone and, you know, do Friends in Low Places to kind of, you know, because I do have friends in low places. I am friends with the Hot Country Nights. I've always said that, you know, as far as Nashville goes, the pulse of Nashville is on kind of the east side of I-40, you know, down there in Lower Broadway where all the people are playing for tips, and the station falls into that realm. It's really where dreamers come to play music, and mostly acoustic music, bluegrass music. It's kind of the ground zero for that type of genre, and it's just where you go if you love music. You go there to listen to it, as I did for many years, just as a fan, hoping one day to maybe step up on that stage. And no disrespect to the Opry, but the you know, the stage of the station, it was as special to me as the Opry stage. It was holy ground. The people that played that stage of the station in, from Keith Whitley to Bill Monroe, I mean, you name it, in country and bluegrass, they've all stood there. So to get a chance to stand on that stage, which is about this tall, was pretty nerve-wracking for me. But it's just, there's so much history in this little kind of cinder block jail cell looking building that most people would probably drive by now and don't really recognize what it is, but luckily it's still there, still playing great country music, bluegrass music, acoustic music. And I know for me, I would not be playing any music if it wasn't for the many years of going to the station and listening and learning from the greats. It's great in country music when you have couples that, you know, on their own are great singers and performers and kind of royalty on their own, but then they, you know, they get married. It's like it's an amazing thing that I think really only happens in country music, as far as these long relationships that really stick together for the long haul. And with Marty and Connie, it's unbelievable because, you know, Marty Stewart's so important to me. I think it's so important to country music in general. He's such a bridge. He brings so many people. He brought me into country music just because of his kind of the rockabilly thing he's doing, and then through him I learned about bluegrass, and he's just such a, you know, like the Big Lebowski, he's like the rug that ties the room together. You gotta have Marty Stewart in the genre because he just, without him, things fall apart. He is like such a glue for all of us, all different genres and ages, and he's just, everyone loves Marty so much. And Connie on her own is one of the greatest singers, you know. As Eddie Stubbs called her, the Rolls Royce of country music. Her voice is just so special, and together they're just, you know, they're really a cute couple and special couple, and really country music royalty. So we're lucky to have had some couples like that in country music, and I'd say Marty and Connie are right there at the top of one of the most powerful couples in country music, based solely upon their love of country music and how authentic they are. My favorite song I've written that most fans would know that was on the radio was a song called I Hold On. I'm actually doing it tonight at the Opry. It's always a special song to play because it started very, I guess, authentically. I wasn't even trying to write a song. My dad had passed away, and that day I was driving around my hometown back in Arizona, and I was just thinking about certain things I've held on to of his. An old Iron Man watch, the truck that I still have, just little bits and pieces, and I was kind of wondering why I held on to those things, and these words started to kind of come, and I started thinking about that and the truck that we drove out here together, which this 94 Chevy that I still have, and I started thinking about my old guitar, you know, and why I play this old guitar and I can get a new one. And so it's kind of turned into a cool song idea. I brought it back to Nashville and wrote it with Brett James, and it's just become a really special song. It has a lot of meaning. It's one of those songs that really, you know, when I go out there on the road, a lot of songs, party songs, get the crowd up or down. You can lift them in different directions, but when I play I Hold On, it's just like this connection. It's just undeniable. It's such a cool feeling that I get to experience every night. A song that's so personal, it has become so universal in my little country world. So definitely one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
It's just an old beat-up truck. Some say that I should trade up now that I got some jangle in my pockets. But what they don't understand is it's the miles that make a man wouldn't trade that thing in for a rocket. What they don't know is my dad and me, we drove her out to Tennessee. She's still here now, he's gone. So I hold on. It's just an old beat-up box, 6 rusty strings across the top. It probably don't look like much to you, But these dents and scratches in the wood, yeah, that's what makes her sound so good. To me, she's better than brand new. You see this here flat top guitars had my back in a million bars, singing every country song. So I hold on to the things I believe in, my faith, your love, my freedom, to the things I can count on to keep me going strong. Yeah, I hold on. Hold on. Like the stripes to the flag, like a boy to his dad. I can't change who I am, right or wrong. Yeah, so I hold on. Yes, I do. Baby, looking at you right now, there ain't never been no doubt. Without you, I'd be nothing. So if you ever worry about me walking out, yeah, let me tell you something. I hold on. Yeah. I hold on. Can you hear me, baby? I hold on. The things I believe in, my faith, your love, our freedom, to the things I can count on to keep me going strong, to the things we believe in, our faith, your love, our freedom, to the things I can count on to keep me going strong. Yes, I do. I hold on and on and on. Yeah, I hold on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, I hold on and on and on and on and on. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.